What is up, everyone? We are upper body day today. Just kind of more speed focused, speed and power focused, I guess. And just more, our main lifts can be more vertical, whereas the other day it's more of a horizontal. But we do both on each day. It's pretty much all the time. Again, change it up depending on time of year, what you're feeling, that type of thing. But we're gonna get warmed up here. We're just gonna get the shoulders loose, do a little PVC stuff. We're going to do a little handstand exploration, do the wall, kind of that parkour, kind of breakdancing, kind of run off the wall type thing on the one hand, and then some cartwheels, that type of stuff. Just get that overhead ready to go. We'll do some impulses. We'll hit some throws again today. I got to get consistent with the throwing again. Just to, again, I think that's probably the most athletic thing you can do with your upper body is throw, especially the overhand, and it's a really strenuous motion, that overhand. If you think of pitchers, think of all the arm injuries you get, a lot of it's just they're not prepared for it. A lot of it's just too much too soon, too much too often. Sometimes there's so many different reasons. You don't really, it's hard to know. Every situation is individual, and you got these people out there like the Godas and telling you, oh, if you would have done my exercise, you would have been healthy. It's not true. There's so many different things that go into each situation, whether it's a arm, a torn ligament, the UCL, a torn rotator cuff, whether it's an ACL, whatever it is, injuries can happen. It's no one system, no one method is going to correct it. It's a lot of times it's just freak accidents, so you can't prevent them. But we do our best to mitigate and reduce and prepare our bodies. That's what training is for. Is part of it is for preparing your body, building a robust body, the muscle tissues, the tendons, the ligaments that can take on high forces, take on these impacts. But then you got people out there also telling you, oh, don't baseball players don't bench press because it's bad for your shoulders. No, it's not. If you look at the motion of a bench press, you're going here. Look at the throw. You're going back there. Throw is a lot more strenuous than a bench press is ever going to be. Does that mean you have to bench press? No. It doesn't mean you have to bench with the barbell. There's millions of ways to do a horizontal push. Just find what works. But no exercises, especially, there are good and bad exercises, depending on each individual person, each individual situation, times of the year, whatever. But blaming one exercise on everything is not the issue, especially when the movement they're doing is more violent, more quote unquote, I guess, dangerous than the actual lift. Again, any exercise is dangerous. If you're not doing dangerous stuff, you're gonna be a fragile little butterfly, and you don't want to be that. We want to be anti-fragile, be strong, not a glass back. Not a glass shoulder, not a glass knee. So build that robustness, use training to help do that. Again, we're not going to prevent injuries, but we can do our best to reduce, especially like soft tissue stuff, pulled muscles, things like that. But again, things are going to happen when you're doing dangerous, cool stuff. You're playing sports, you're doing, you're training hard, you're doing high impact, high velocity, high heavy stuff. So, all right, we're just going to start with the PVC. Again, no specific sets and reps. Just gonna get some over and backs. You can get those shoulders feeling good. And destroy my ceiling. So. Again, you don't need a PVC to do this. You can just do this with your arm. You can do the pull or the over and backs with a band, a baseball bat, whatever you got. Again, find tools. Use different tools. anything can be a tool for training if you really have an imagination. Oh, the shoulder is still, it's this rotating motion that oops. We'll see how these feel. We might not be able to do it left arm, left-handed. You gotta get closer to the wall. I don't know why. I have like it's just, I think it's just a stupid wall that mine screws me. Triceps just cramped up. Oh, this is the worst warm-up ever. Maybe Eddie will bring me some luck. We are going to go pull-out push-ups in a circle. So we're going 360 degrees. We're going to try and get as few like push-ups as needed. So 1, 2, whatever, 2 or 3, 4. We'll go one round each way. Then we're going to go prone or supine, sorry. Overhead, back, upper back on the ball. Just get a little bit more of that thoracic extension in our upper back there, and then that overhead soccer throw. So we'll do that, a couple sets of those. Then we're going to throw the football around in here a little bit, pretend we're Uncle Rico, and just to get that arm good and loose. I like football, just that bigger ball, a little bit different, a little less stressful on the arm as we're getting back into throwing. So do sets of those, throw the football, and we'll get our main lifts done. All right, I haven't done these in a while. Let's see. Which way should we go first? concrete floor is beating up my feet. Oh, whoops. So it's really just being explosive, not in the farts. Those are explosive too, but with your push-ups as well. So just really focus on getting that. Ooh, that feels good. Spine arch. Don't release it that long though. Should get the radar gun out for this. Throw the football around a little bit here. Have the radar gun on it a little bit, but can't do it in the landscape video. So just again, I'm not trying to throw. I'm just throwing different ways, getting the arm used to throwing in different angles, different velocities. Again, I can't throw high in here because the ceiling, so it's just all on a line. Could go outside, but it's 30 degrees out. Heck, we even throw left-handed. Don't have a partner, that's no excuse. Just remind yourself when you were a kid. Go out, play, throw a ball against the wall, throw a ball off the roof. Get creative. Training doesn't have to be so boring. You don't need any special equipment, any special training partners, anything like that. Yeah, it can help have a partner, a group. But what do you do when you're by yourself? Do you actually push yourself? Do you actually challenge yourself? Or you just get by, go through the motions? That's good for those. We're gonna go lift and finish it up with that. So our first lift is actually gonna be just an overhead seated dumbbell press. So we're gonna work on explosively going up, 10 by 4, that hypertrophy clusters, and we're gonna go chin up or pull-ups. Yeah, pull-ups. So we're gonna do a pull-up. We're gonna come down. It's gonna go tap, tap. Then 10 sets of 4 doing that. So tap, tap each one. Again, not focus on maximal strength right now. It's just explosive. Again, solid form, but just being explosive on the way up. I can't do standing. Dumbbells I can kind of in there, but the ceilings are so low, especially barbells when you got big plates on them. I can't because, as you see, my hands touch if I go all the way overhead. So dumbbells, you can kind of in there and on the ceiling. So you can go in between the floor beams on a ceiling, the floor beams from above, but out here you can't. So that's why we're doing sitting, just easier. So snatching is out for the winter pretty much, and then you're really standing straight up overhead, especially with a barbell. But we make do with what we got. Again, limitations are only limitations if you allow them to be limitations. I think of it as a way to use my creativity, use my imagination, find different things that I can do to get that same stimulus. So maybe it's going a handstand rather than just standing overhead press or sitting. So again, make use of what you got. Don't be limited by your limitations. It's going to be just a dumbbell pec fly. We're going to do a 30-second hold. Now we're going to go 20 seconds this week. Start with a 20-second hold and then into reps. So we're going to hold out in the fly and then get into reps. So get a little bit of a pec stretch as well as get a little bit of a pec pump. And even the isometric, the holds, you can get a good pump and build some muscle that way. Then we're going to do the back plank iso hold. So elbows on two benches, feet up just like the opposite of a regular plank, but we're just focusing on the upper back. We're also going to do a dumbbell pullover iso hold. Let's see. Let's do a 25 just so I can. I don't know how this is going to be for weight. Shut up. I can really feel that in the shoulders and pecs. Just let me know how tight that stuff is. So even more of these movements that are kind of bodybuilder-ish, if you're trying to be athletic, you can still incorporate that stuff. It's just that we're not just always doing bodybuilder lifts, but a lot of I'll be doing biceps in a little bit. That's a bodybuilder. So if you want to build some muscle, you're going to want to use a little bit of those bodybuilder type lifts. It's just, that's not all we're doing. That's just a part of it. It's just like, if you're trying to be athletic, you want to be an athlete, you're not just going to do yoga. You're not just going to do powerlifting. You're not just going to do long distance running. You're not just going to lift weights. You're going to do all of it. You're going to combine, take bits and pieces, what works best for you. Be consistent with it. Train hard, train smart, and get after it. Do that for years and years and years and years and years. Not 8 weeks, not 6 weeks, not 3 weeks prior to the season. No, for the rest of your life. We're just going to do these all in a row rather than supersets, just because I got other stuff to set up. Get some arms, get a little pump in, get some reverse crunches in on the GHR, but first we're going to get the bicep, tricep pump, because who doesn't like a little good arm pump? We're going to do bicep 21s, so we're going to go 7 bottom half reps, 7 upper half reps, and then 7 full reps. Just regular bicep curls. Then triceps, we're going to hit body weight ring extensions. So let's start with the 7. So there's a ton of different ways you can do 21s. So that way I did 7 of a bottom half, top half, and then a full rep. You could do 7 different reps of 3 different variations. So you could do hammers, you could do 7 hammers, 7 regular full, and then 7 Zotman, something like that. So again, just simple ways to change things up. All right. You're gonna figure out where nice and low on these. On these, we're just going to go till we can't go anymore. We go 1, 2 reps left in reserve. So nice and low, so we're just going to get extended out. And it's just like the body, just like the tricep press. And this is more so the core, the abs, your trunk that gives out first. So that is putting a lot of stimulus, stress on the whole body. It's not just your triceps, which mainly if you just isolate the tricep with like a overhead tricep extension or band push down, you're getting you're getting pec work, you're getting everything in there. Just like a plank, but it's a lot harder. So you're getting the full tricep as well as your abs, your chest, your quads, your glutes, everything's working there just to hold that plank in that extended position. So do another set of those. Go out, do some reverse crunches, and we'll be good.